Trenton, New Jersey. What a wonderful city in New Jersey. Yeah, yeah, it's the capital city. Trenton, New Jersey. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, Trenton, New Jersey. What a wonderful, wonderful city. Right there on the Delaware River.
There's Levin.
Okay.
Yes, Levin.
There we go. Now we got more people. Okay, there's Kenny. Why don't I see more
There's
people?
Levin.
Amazing, isn't it?
Amazing. No one looks the same.
Of course not.
No, really funny. I mean, you would think.
It's
You
only
could-
been 2 years.
Okay. Okay. I'm admitting all.
There we go.
I'm on, but I don't see myself.
Who's
Who's
that?
that?
Get a
Janice.
mirror.
No, I don't see you
Milner.
either.
Ken, can you put on your last name? I don't know your last name.
Levy.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm on too, but I don't see myself, Nancy
Did
Albert.
you push,
There you
did you
go.
push the share?
I see my
select
name and
video?
no me.
Me too.
Is your camera blocked?
Oh, that's a good question.
Remember, you want to start video.
Is the tape over the camera or something?
Hello.
I'm using one, but I don't know what happened.
I don't know.
Let me
still
see.
waiting for
Barbara
people to didn't push
Zuckmacher.
their buttons.
Yes.
Not showing us all.
There's 5 people didn't push their buttons. Show non-video.
Hold
participants.
on.
Janice Levy, Tula Kurtz,
There I am.
Nancy
I'm
Albert.
here. I just can't get my camera
You have to
doesn't seem
push
to
the
be
button
working.
in the lower
Is that
left.
Ruth Tillman?
Hello.
Okay.
Hi.
Whose iPad?
Hey,
Steve,
Steve Daniels.
Phyllis,
So why don't
Phyllis,
you
you look
at-
Steve?
Steve, can I ask something?
Yeah,
Could people put their last names on?
that's what I asked for.
Oh, Kenny Blaine. See, I didn't know you were Kenny Blaine
Okay.
because you're
I
not.
didn't know
Ruth
that.
No,
and
if-
You're old,
if-
Kenny
Wait a
Blaine.
minute. If you put your cursor over your picture,
Right.
Right.
you'll see at the top right, there's 3 dots.
Yep.
Click
Click on
that
it.
and you can rename yourself. You
Rename.
can start your video. You can do anything you want.
Right.
and you have a facelift?
We can talk-
Robert and Tula.
I think that
Ruth,
might
we can talk about it.
The face
Your last name.
in the corner. The
Can you
face
go to rename and put
Where
your
are
last
you?
name on? Ruth,
I don't have my
What?
camera.
can you
Everybody-
go to
Everybody hold on.
You want me to put my,
Hold on for a
last
second.
name
We
on?
have- we have
Yeah.
Okay,
people-
rename.
Go to rename. Go to
Okay.
rename.
okay.
Okay,
I know
don't
I
see it.
spelled my name, Steve Ram. You did not spell my name right at all.
okay,
Oh,
you spell it
God,
correct now on the
Steven.
screen.
Okay.
Okay,
That
now.
happened, let's see.
No, you didn't,
There
you didn't follow the
there it is.
instructions.
Yes.
We did not
Is
go to
that
school
your-
with somebody named Tillerman.
No, it's my maiden name. It's
I
very
know
hard to
that, so
spell.
change it.
And my cousin
change it.
Bruce doesn't know how to spell my name. How do you like that?
Ruth, put in Ruth Berkelhammer.
And then
So
you can add.
make it again.
Oh,
You
okay.
are Ruth
I can't,
Berkelhammer?
I can't get my
Hold on
camera.
a second, folks. We're getting busy.
That's, Phyllis, you look the same as when we were like younger.
Really?
Everybody, hold.
Absolutely.
Yo,
Well, Barbara Zuckmacher does.
Yes.
I haven't seen
Phyllis.
Barbara.
Kenny
Everybody hold
Blaine
for a second.
doesn't. Liz
Hold for a
Levin,
second.
no.
Steven, what are you
Barbara's
doing?
the only one to me.
There.
What?
The camera.
got three
How's
people
that better?
here.
What
Well, we
happened to
can't
Nancy
see,
and
but they're here.
Janice?
Hold on.
Yeah,
The camera
that's
is
good.
off.
That's good.
Hello?
Yeah, hello.
What's up?
Okay, listen for a second, or we'll go nuts.
Yeah.
Okay, we have 3 people here. We have Janice, we have Nancy, and we have Tula. You are on here, you should be able to hear us, but we can't see you. So go down
Right.
to the lower left and start video, and then we can see you,
The lower left. Oh, yeah.
okay?
Oh, what a
Oh.
Good.
Janice, you with us? Wait a second, we get everybody
Not yet. I'm not
Okay.
getting anything on the lower left.
on the lower,
At
move
the
your thing down
bottom,
to the
the
lower left.
bottom
It
of the page.
Yes,
Relax.
look for
Georgie.
Bottom of
video.
the page, all the way down. Should say start video.
You know, Steve, your sound is not good.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Okay.
There, that's
Oh,
better.
there.
Now you're closer to the microphone.
Okay,
There
there's
she is.
Janice.
Oh my gosh, Liz, I have not seen
There you
you.
are,
We're not
Janice.
done.
Now make it bigger.
Everybody hold on.
Well, it's only been since,
We have
1962.
four,
I
we have
mean,
4 more people coming.
Better.
I can't get the video, the,
What about Foolish Norbus?
Okay. Okay, we got 3 more people coming.
Hi, Tula.
iPad. Oh, that's
Steven,
Hi,
you have to
Tula.
get more guys because
Hi,
I'm getting
Tula. Hi,
overwhelmed here.
oh, Bruce is coming on.
I can't get my picture to work.
Nancy, you're very dark.
I know.
Hi, Doris.
Hi,
Make it lighter.
Nancy, if you turn the camera so that you don't have the sky behind.
Yeah, turn it around.
How
do I- what do
You're getting that's much better.
Yeah.
Start your videos.
I'll
Better.
show you my husband in the meantime.
Hi, George.
Bye.
Everybody wait till we all get in, then we can just have an open discussion here.
A lot
Okay,
of
we
glare.
got Larry Sherwood's
outside.
down here. He's David.
Hi,
by the way.
Bruce.
Larry Sherwood's here. I don't know. Can you hear me? Hi, Larry. My picture's not coming
I
up.
can hear
for
you,
some
can't
reason.
see
You
you.
just went blank on me.
Tula.
Okay,
Hello.
one at a time. We have.
Hi, Tula.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Larry.
Hi, Ruth.
Okay, let's
But
get
you'll have to
everybody on
cut the
first.
TV volume down.
Yeah, let's get everybody on first.
I don't know. Am I on?
Are you, is this Larry?
Yeah, it's Larry.
Okay.
Cut
Yes,
back
you're going
the,
verbally, but go down to the
Jenny.
lower part of your screen and click on Start Video.
Wait,
can't
tell
see
my
you.
wife. I'm not exactly an ace on this. This is my
I'm
wife.
sorry.
Just move your
Hi.
mouse to the lower left-hand corner and a thing should
Here it
pop up that says Start Video.
We got it.
Well, we're on the phone.
Wait, Steve, the
Yeah,
guy
yeah.
in the blue T-shirt doesn't have a name.
Bruce
Bruce
Agnew.
So they all have this.
I don't have a name.
Okay, let's get.
Is that Bruce Agnew?
first.
What's your name?
Everybody,
I'll name
Everybody
myself.
hold.
Hold on.
oh, let's let Larry in first, then we can all talk. Meanwhile, Daner, go up to the upper right-hand corner of your picture. There's 3 dots and change it to Steve Daner.
Wait a minute. I have it on the left.
Okay, whatever. Well, there's 3 dots next to the word mute.
It's an iPad. It's an iPad, so we'll see
Change,
it.
change.
It
Okay.
just, mine says chat meeting settings.
No,
Mine says meeting settings. Is that what
no,
you
is there
want?
a thing called mute? In your
No.
picture,
If you put your cursor
You
or
see the
your
word
finger on your,
Stephen?
Steve Daner, click on your picture. Click on your picture and then you'll see 3 dots in the upper right-hand corner.
Okay.
Okay, now, Larry, are you finding that start?
When that drops down, you'll see change name or edit name, something like that. Rename.
Or see if you can find a 5-year-old that can help.
Okay, let's just see if we can get Larry in.
It's
here,
true.
and we're all okay.
Okay, can I just cut in here real quick? I'm Kathy Sherwood, Larry Sherwood's wife.
Yes.
And I'm on his phone and I don't see anything that says he doesn't have the mouse. So where do I go then?
Where are you?
Participate?
Did I let you in?
Yeah, he's in. Lower left, Mrs. Sherwood.
Okay,
No.
lower left, and what am I clicking on?
Start
Click
video. Should say.
Video.
Video. You have to find video.
Should say mute and start video.
There you have it.
How about that?
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
There he is.
Hey, Larry.
Hi, how you guys doing?
Good, how are you?
I still can't get my name on, so we'll just, it's Steve Daner. It's just not-
Your name is iPad.
Yeah, I'm tapping it, but I don't get any, I get 3
Wait a minute.
dots.
Steve, I can do it. I can do it here.
Okay,
Okay, just have to spell your name correctly here. 1 second.
it's Steve and Iris Daner.
Okay.
I don't want to set it up.
You got it, it's good enough.
Okay. Yep.
Thank you.
Okay. Barbara. Okay. Nancy. Hey, Nancy. Great to see you.
Yeah.
Fine.
Finally, I got on.
Right? I'm just making sure there's nobody waiting in the waiting room here.
How you doing, Larry?
Fine, how are you?
Good, have a long time. I haven't talked since yesterday.
Larry, why are you David?
Well, I'll tell you what happened. When I went to college here at the University of University of Illinois, everything with a Larry comes out Larry, okay? And they pronounce it. So like Barry is Berry, okay? So when I called my mother and father when I got out here, I said I can't stand the way they say the name. So my name is David Lawrence anyhow, and it's hard for them to ruin the name David. So from now on, I want you to know it's going to be David. So the only people that call me Larry are the people from Trenton. Everybody out here calls me David.
A segment to that story is when Larry had a surprise 60th birthday in Chicago. George Hyman and I and our family went, and everybody, David walked in, Larry walked in, and everybody there goes, "Congratulations, David." And then George and I waited, and then we said, "Congratulations, Larry." He knew we were there.
Nobody else knew who Larry was.
Right.
Well, remember, we're missing one person who showed up for at least the first two, which is Eddie Carpenter, who has been George Carpenter since he left Trenton too.
Oh, okay.
But he's now, it's
Can I
2:45
make
in
a
the morning.
suggestion? Steve,
Yeah.
can I make a suggestion? Because I'd love to hear from other people, not that I necessarily have the, I'd love to hear everyone's favorite memory of junior cert.
Okay, we're gonna go around the room and do that.
Is everyone okay with that?
Sure.
Okay.
So somebody's going to have to,
All right,
say who's speaking.
I remember Mr. Rockwell. He was the typing teacher.
Yeah, typing, yeah.
And he started me on my long, illustrious career, so I do remember him.
I have to say I remember and am very fond of the school nurse.
Really?
Yeah, that was my mother.
Oh.
I didn't know that.
Oh, wait,
Never
three
knew
more
that.
people coming. Three more
Same
coming.
thing, same thing. She followed me to Trenton High.
Okay.
Really?
I
Wow.
want her baby to leave.
You
Wow.
ready, guys?
Perfect.
Here comes Heshi.
I love
Rita,
Mr.
and
Stern. I love
Susanova.
Mr. Stern,
Oh,
the math teacher.
Oh, yeah, he was excellent. He was
He was
excellent.
fabulous. And I'm not good in math, but I did enjoy him, and I tried really hard and I did well, but otherwise math was not my subject.
He
So
won
I
the
say Mr.
Irish sweeps before we got to Trenton High. He and his, I think his brother shared in winning the Irish sweepstakes.
Really?
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
wow.
Well,
I
my,
don't know what I had for dinner yesterday, but I remember that.
my favorite.
I remember Mr. David, the art
Should we
teacher.
go around
Wait,
in
wait.
some order? Should we start with Liz?
Naomi, he was also the baseball coach.
Well, I don't remember that part, but I remember he was an art teacher, and he started me off on my love for art. So I remember him very well.
Just to
Well,
let you know,
my favorite memory of junior 3 was it was, a half a block away from my grandmother's. And so I could always walk over there after school.
That was lucky.
Yes.
Well, my favorite memory of junior 3 was being excited in August to see what the homeroom assignments were and who was going to be in the homeroom. Do people remember that at all?
Oh, yeah.
And then
Yeah.
getting all the school supplies ready and then kind of seeing everyone again going into, and then the other one was remembering that, I don't see her on the call, but Norma Aronis lived down the street on State Street. And Linda Russell. Linda, didn't you live on State? Hey.
1213 West State Street.
1213, 897 Bellevue Avenue, right here.
Well, I remember your house, Phyllis, during the holidays.
Yeah. Export 34609.
Oh, my goodness.
My number was export 21390. Don't ask me why.
Export
I remember that.
26515.
Export
Dennis, I remember that. I do. I remember your number.
Oh my gosh, I don't remember any of these numbers.
Do you remember your mom dropped us off after spending a whole day at the JCC playing cards, Catch 5, and I got out of the car and I said, call me when you get home.
Vividly, every time. We spent the summer at the pool, and I didn't remember that actually until my girls were of that age, and yeah, it's a great memory.
I remember sleeping over at Liz Levin's house.
Me too.
We had dinner. Your mother made dinner, and it was the first time I had ever tasted an avocado.
Whoa.
Oh, my.
You were early, Barbara. No, seriously, I don't think I knew avocado till.
I didn't.
Well, we had moved
20
from
years.
California, so of course we had avocados.
Liz, you had a huge stuffed animal in your bedroom. Was it a giraffe?
Oh, yeah.
In my bedroom?
Yes.
No, I had a doll, which was, because I was so short about my height. It was soft, had yellow braids.
For some reason I thought it was a giraffe.
A giraffe, but.
Hey, we got 2 more people coming in.
Other memories? Harriet Sulkin.
Yes.
Hey.
And I lived around the corner
Harriet
from
always had
Linda.
the best parties.
What?
Harriet always had the best parties at her
Oh,
house.
she did.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I was just talking about that this morning. I was on the phone with someone and she said, "What do you remember about your house?" And I said, "The parties."
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Make
type
it-
Larry's name.
See.
I remember Julie, I can't remember her last name, parties down in her,
Julie Platt.
Julie Platt. Julie Platt. Yeah.
Yeah, Julie Platt.
remember her. And I remember, well, this was high school, her parents coming down and saying, "Do you mind, how would you feel if we spiked the punch? Would anyone have any problems with that?" And we were 16, and Pat Schrager and I went, "Yes." We would.
Nix it? Did Pat nix it?
Okay.
What?
Did Pat nix it?
Yeah, I bet.
Who's
Yeah.
No, Pat and me. No, they still did it.
Oh, they still
But-
did.
I mean, we didn't say why, but it was like, no, parents are here and children are here. We're gonna spike it. We don't want your approval. We don't want you crossing the line. That's how I felt.
Quick question.
Hi, Sharon.
Oh,
Hi, Naomi. How are you?
who's Sharon
Good.
Hyman's iPad? Who is
Is
that?
my name up there?
Yes.
Who are you?
Sharon Byer. Sharon Byer.
Oh,
Sharon, your name up is Sharon Byer.
That's
Wait,
good.
I
That's
can't
why
see.
I did not know how to
I'm doing
add
it.
my
I'm doing it for you.
so.
I'm doing it for you.
Oh, good. Okay, thank
You
you.
should be able to. Rename. No, it's not letting me do that. Go to the upper part of click on your picture, Sharon. Look for 3 dots in the upper right-hand corner.
Sharon, click on your
Okay.
picture, and there's 3 dots up in the right-hand corner. And when it drops down, you can rename yourself.
Oh, okay.
Any name you want.
Wire Hyman, yep. Oh, here, I'm sorry, I can do that. I can do that.
Can you?
Yes,
Okay,
yeah, it
great.
just popped up, yep.
I think your favorite memories.
It's Sharon, O-N, right? Yep,
Yes, ONBYER.
right, S-H-A-R-O-N.
Sharon, the last time we did this, Norma Aronis was on.
Yeah.
Yes, I heard. Yes. Naomi had mentioned that to me.
Yeah.
I saw Norma at the high school reunion in 2012 or whenever it was. Oh God, that was a long time ago.
Yep, yeah.
And I don't have everybody's name. Oh.
But they should be under each person's picture now. This is when you go, oh my God.
Steve, do you want me to do anything over here? Steve,
Pardon?
do you want me to do anything over here?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
When I raise my hand, just stop for a second so that we don't over talk. I'm not planning on hoarding this thing, but I'm trying to bring in new people. So go ahead, keep going. I'll let you know when I need you.
So Ruth, I wanted to say that I remember sitting at the soda fountain, an ice cream fountain, and sleeping upstairs in your place.
Yes, that was fun. On my party, we went downstairs. My father made us ice cream sodas.
Yeah, that was so much fun.
It was a lot of fun. And I remember all the parties in that room off your living room. A little darkened room.
Harriet, where did you live? I don't remember.
On Riverside Avenue, like actually parallel to where Linda Russell is. I was at 1202 Riverside. So I was right across from the Log Basin when everybody used to come for hot chocolate.
Yep.
And Janice, what was the name of your neighborhood? Because Susan Levine lived there too, right?
Glen Aston.
Yeah.
Glen Aston. Right.
Does she live there now? Susan Levine?
I don't think she's in Trenton anymore.
I think there's anybody in Trenton anymore. Some in Yardley and Morrisville.
Are you talking about a Susan Levine or a Susan Levy? Were they both?
Susan Levy was in Hiltonia.
Right. I remember Susan Levy. I don't remember Susan Levine. Yeah.
That was my first girlfriend, Susan Levy.
Oh.
Who said that?
First girlfriend?
Whose first girlfriend?
Larry.
David. By the way, let me ask, does anyone remember my first boyfriend? A little embarrassing to look back on it, but Stephen Olitsky.
Oh,
I
yeah.
do.
I have to tell you about Stephen Olitsky. I was going into the 5th grade when we moved to Trenton.
Yeah.
And I remember walking into the classroom the first morning of school, and he's sitting in the back row, and he made this face at me, you know, and I was just mortified. Oh, as the new guy, in the classroom.
I don't know if he's still around. He was doing time for drugs back in the 60s, 70s when I was in college. Yeah.
Wow. Are you serious?
Yeah, he physically broke into. He broke into our house.
Your house.
Broke out a closet. Took out a bunch of. I had a coin collection at that point. This is how bad it was. Remember those little blue coin books where you?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I had them, and some of them went back to the 1900s, so they had some value. He had gone through and taken out all the coins. Okay, we know exactly what it was, and then it was in the paper after that he had, been picked up or so, and that's the last I heard from him. His father was a dentist. He was a friend. He lived next door to Marilyn Bloomberg.
Right.
Right. And Susan Levine, they were all on that street. I can't remember the name of it. But it was in, I think it was.
Then he can drive. It was said he can drive.
Then he can drive. Yeah. That was
but Stephen's father died when he was a baby. He was raised by a Steve Olitsky.
Oh, yeah.
His father was my first dentist. His father was my first dentist. So, no, his father couldn't have died when he was a baby.
No, there was a Stephen Olitsky and a Stephen Olinsky.
Oh, no. You're talking about Olinsky. We're talking about Olitsky.
Real tall. The dentist's son was Stephen Olitsky. He's the one I'm talking about with the drugs. Yeah.
Oh.
And his father died, but not when he was really little. His father died.
No, I think he died when he was in junior high or 6th grade.
His parents were a lot older because his father and my grandpa were friendly. They both belonged, I think, to the same Masonic lodge. And Stephen was a surprise when he was born because they thought they couldn't have children.
I thought he was adopted.
No.
That's all I remember.
I was very good friends with Stephen because he was really close to my mother. And the funniest thing that I remember about him, I mean, he was a terrible cut up, and I don't know what happened to him. My guess would be he got into trouble.
Oh yeah.
What Steve Ram said. But growing up, one time we were at the pool that we all went to, and I don't remember exactly what happened, but we were getting into the car, and we were in the driveway at the pool, and Stephen was playing funny, so he hid in the trunk of the car.
Oh.
And when my mother opened the car to put like a chair in or whatever it was, our bags, he popped out of it. And I remember she almost had a heart attack because she didn't know. Yeah, I mean, it was funny. I mean, it wasn't terrible. Okay.
Well,
I just so distinctly remember that about him. He was very much in need, you know, as a person.
Yes.
Yeah. I think I was attracted to him because he was tall.
Yeah.
And because he was like a bad boy.
Yeah.
But like many girls, I had a savior complex, like I could save him. And he was the first person I know who used the word ensue. And I thought he was brilliant, you know, but a diamond in the rough. And then we broke up at some point. Remember, I gave back his mezuzah. Remember that?
Oh, yes. Sure, you got mezuzah.
15, he was, I don't know if he was married, but he had 2 boys named Fabian and Dion.
Dion, yes. Yep. They did get married.
And he was in jail, yeah. That's the last I know. That's why I wondered if anyone knew whether he pulled his life together.
I thought I had heard
Phyllis, where do you live now? Where are you living, Phyllis?
Westchester in New York, Scarsdale.
Okay. And
Why
you've
don't we
been there
go around the room
a
and
long
everybody
time?
see where they're living? Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Why don't we go around the room and everybody say where they're living? I don't know if everybody's on the
Where we
screen.
live? Oh,
Yes.
I live in Phoenix.
Who is that? I'm sorry.
Ruth.
Okay.
It was
Yep.
Ruth. I live in
Who's
Somerville.
saying
Maryland.
that? Who's saying that?
Me, Ruth.
Ruth.
How did
I
you
live in
get to
Somerville,
Raise your hand. It's
Massachusetts.
easier if you raise your hand.
What'd you say?
Yeah,
I said, how did you get to Phoenix?
How did I get to Phoenix?
You flew.
I flew. On our 20th anniversary, which was the end of March, and I hated the weather in the East. I said, let's go to Phoenix for a vacation. So we went, and I said to my husband, I said, this is where I want to retire.
Oh.
And they brought me out. I was a French teacher. They brought me out, and he said, let's go. And we went. We knew nobody. That's how much I wanted to get away from the East.
Terrific.
It's a little hot now, but otherwise it's really a nice place to live. It's really changed dramatically since we've moved here. I mean, when I first went, it was right around the Jewish holidays, and I went to this supermarket and I said, I'd like to have, you know, a candle, yard side candle. So she sends me over into the aisle, and they're all, you know, the Catholic candles, you know, and I said, no, they didn't get anything kosher or Jewish out here for 5 years after I moved out.
Right.
But then everyone we got a lot of people from Chicago and Seattle, and with that came a more sophistication. So where do you live? Oh, we're going in order. Okay.
Yeah.
Steve, where do you live?
There is no order.
Oh,
I
you're
live
right.
in
There's no order.
Somerville. I live in Somerville, Mass.
Okay.
Who is that? I don't know who that is.
Liz.
Let's go across the
Oh,
top.
Liz. Okay. Yeah.
Massachusetts.
How is the COVID up there, Liz?
It's really not too bad right now. You know, we had a little blip where the cases were going up, but our governor has been extremely cautious about reopening, and, you know, most people are really very good about being masked when they're out. Most of the schools in the greater Boston area are going to be you know, having their classes remotely. And a lot of the universities have struggled with whether to open or not. And I keep reading in the New York Times about all of these schools who decided to open their classrooms and their dorms. And now there are all these clusters of cases happening, you know, so it's a very stressful time we're living in, I'll tell you.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Okay, going across the top. Does everybody have the same layout I do? Is Kenny next?
I'm on the left top.
Oh, everybody's
Everybody's different, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I have
Steve, why don't you call on us?
That's what I was going to say. Let's just go through
Yeah.
the names first. So Kenny Blaine is next on my screen. Kenny,
Okay.
tell everybody where you're at.
Who? I can't hear you,
Ken
Steve.
Blaine.
Ken.
Kenny
I live in West New York, New Jersey. It's in Hudson County, in between the George Washington Bridge, the Lincoln Tunnel, directly across from Manhattan. We wave upon Manhattan.
Uh-huh.
Barbara Zeltmacher.
Hi, we live in Stamford, Connecticut now. And I love it.
Okay, Naomi, you're next.
Yeah, I live in Florida. Let's not talk about COVID or governors.
Where in Florida?
Where in Florida,
Yes.
Naomi?
I'm on the West Coast. I'm near Sarasota.
Okay. Ruthie Berkelheimer?
Me?
Yeah, you. Where are you?
I still live in Phoenix.
Oh, okay. We're going around there. Okay, Nancy.
Next, okay. Yeah, George and I are in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, which is the East Coast,
Okay.
just
Naomi,
above
you're on
Palm
the
Beach.
West Coast, right? Okay.
Nancy, I just have to say, I mean, one of the big memories of my life was your father's clothing store.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
how much I loved all the clothes in it. Yeah.
He kept it open until into his 80s.
Wow.
Really?
Which is amazing.
Really?
Nancy, how long have you been in Florida? Have you been there a long time?
Well, not that long. George and I retired, so we came down here in the middle of 2003.
Ah, okay. I just became a permanent resident 4 years ago. I was a snowbird for a while,
Yeah.
but now I'm permanent here.
Okay, Janice.
But I've had reunions with some friends, Trenton girls, Barbara, Janice, Norma, Pat, and who else? Who am I forgetting? Whatever. But we would come up to Barbara's in New York and stay overnight. It was nice. It was
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
And
We haven't done it in the last few years, but we'll get back to it.
I gave my mother a big birthday party. I think it was her 80th. And you came, and Pat and Norma, Janice. It was just amazing.
Right. For your mom, yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
Okay, Barbara and Nancy, do you have a contact for Pat?
With Pat?
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
get her
More
to
than
send
me.
An email, because I don't have her on the list. So we've been trying to get her.
Well, I did email her, and I emailed her. I emailed, well, Janice and Barbara already knew. And I emailed Marty Schwartz.
Yep.
Oh, Marty Schwartz.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Well,
Yeah.
tell them how good it is. So.
Yeah, Marty's out in
Cupertino.
Bruce can tell you it's better than I, but he and his wife came to our area for a couple of years on a regular basis because his wife, Roberta's mother, was staying in a property sort of across the street from where we live in Marisol. So that was really nice to catch up with him.
Okay. Next up on the list, hold it, folks. Let's get the names in so everybody knows where we're at.
Marty lives in Cupertino, California.
Okay, thank you. Janice, where are you? Where are you?
Hi, I'm in Upper East Side of Manhattan.
Okay. Tula?
I'm in New Jersey, in Marlton, about 11 miles from Philly.
Okay.
Oh, I used
I'm
to
in
live in Marlton. Huh.
Doris, repeat your
First got out of college.
I'm in Deerfield Beach, Florida,
You're also
and
in-
we're permanent residents, and I agree with Naomi. We've got a governor that's not doing very good, and COVID is bad, and especially our county. Miami's the worst, and Broward and Palm Beach are pretty close to it.
Bruce?
Me?
Yeah.
We live in Frederick, Maryland now. We lived in Silver Spring for 47 years, and then we moved here 3 years ago to Frederick, Maryland.
And your neighbor is next over here, Steve Daner? No, your neighbor is Larry Miller. Steve Daner is, go ahead.
Am I next?
Yep.
Well, I live in basically Yardley, Pennsylvania, and I share my time Yardley and San Diego. And for 6 years, I was working in the Virgin Islands.
Sounds nice.
Nice place to
Doing
work.
what? Doing what, Steve?
My wife and I were retired now. We're federal court reporters, and the Virgin part of the Third Circuit Court of Appeals, and my judge became the chief judge there. So it was a nice experience for 6 years.
Yeah, terrific.
Larry, you're up next.
Okay, I live in Northbrook, Illinois. It's a suburb of Chicago. It's about 25 miles outside of Chicago on the north end. And I owned a chemical company for about 25 years. And my oldest son graduated college, had a degree in communications. I told him I didn't own a TV station or a radio station. He went to work as a employment gentleman, and this was in 1995. And at that time, computers were just becoming important. And he had done a lot of work with people placing them in IT. And he came to me and he said, Dad, I think we could make a lot of money. And so my wife said to me, why don't we pretend we're sending him to graduate school? And so we opened up an IT placement company. And after about 8 years, I sold my chemical company because I was handling the money for him in the IT business. Then I eventually sold my chemical company and I became the CFO of the other company. And my other son graduated with a degree in business administration, got his hand. And then he said, Dad, if I come to work for you, we can be a partner. And I said, well, you are a relative. So I said, you have to prove yourself. Anyway, he came. He's been the biggest sales in the company. They came. My boy was enough to retire me 6 years ago. And I sit around and go to the movies a lot. However, the last 4 months, we haven't gone because no theaters are open. But we usually go to Puerto Vallarta every year for a month. However, this year, I don't think we're going. So I get to spend a lot of time with my grandchildren. So that's the nice thing. Anyway, that's about it.
Yeah. Before I move on to Heshy, you're next. But I just wanted to point out Larry, you mentioned movies. I keep getting emails from Howie Mobshevitz. Y'all remember him?
Oh, yeah.
He's out
He's
in
a
Denver.
big critic.
He's a film critic.
Yeah.
He's sort of retired now or so on for the Denver paper. But he says broadband is so bad there that he can't stream. I keep sending him links to stream movies to watch, and he says, I can't do it. So that's the reason he hasn't joined us. But
Where is he, Dave? Where is he?
He's outside of Denver. He teaches or was teaching at the university there. Film, he was their NPR film critic. And the cool thing is, which I still recommend because it's out there, if you go find the Roger Ebert film, the one about his biography, Howie's all over that. You see, he was one of the people they interview, and it's sort of cool to see him. I didn't realize he was going to be there till I saw that film in the movie theater, so I recommend it. And I'm just going to take one more minute because for those that are new here, we talked about name changes before. Mickey Newman has been Mike Newman for ever and ever, and he just is selling or getting rid of his practice.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, he's champion. But anyway,
He was the best. I used to go to him.
We learned on the last conference that his son Dan had just published a book, and he was all over C-SPAN being interviewed and so on. And this is the book. It's a graphic novel. He didn't do the drawings. It's called Unrig, and it's Unrig: How to Fix Our Broken Democracy. I'm about 3/4 of the way through it. It's really a cool book, and it's part of a series from a thing called World Citizen Comics. And Al Gore is going to do the one. I think Dan Rather has one coming up on what unites us. But I found it fascinating, so I recommend it highly. I'm writing a review for Amazon, which is where I do a lot of. That's where I spend my time, writing reviews on movies and DVDs and all those kind of things. So, Heshy. Heshy.
So, first of all, for those of you who are new, I changed my complete name from Harriet Salkin to Heshy Siegel. I kept the last name when I divorced my husband because I liked that and I always hated the name Harriet. So some guy I was dating just called me Heshy and it stuck. So now it's Heshy Siegel. So if someone calls me by the other name, I know that they really don't, well, either they don't know me or they've known me from a very long time ago. Anyway, I live in Yardley, Pennsylvania, and Steve and I didn't even know you lived in Yardley.
Yes.
And Larry, we've got 2 places in Puerto Vallarta, so we should probably meet down there when we're allowed to travel again.
Absolutely. Are you familiar with the Grand Lux?
Yeah.
Are you?
We have a place in Vidante.
Yeah, right.
And also, what's it? Bella's Vallarta.
Well, I'm not.
So one is way out and one is more towards the center, but we were going down there fairly regularly to get all our dental work done. And then COVID set in, and so we're here.
Okay.
Okay,
Well,
Linda is next.
going
Russell.
even to the Lux, well, it started off as the Mayan, but we've owned timeshare there for 25 years. Actually, George and Myra Hyman, I refer to them as my brother-in-law. I've known George since 14 and Myra since she was 12, but we've been going there for the last 25 years, and we just upgraded every year. We've got 12 weeks of time there, and this year will probably be the first time that we haven't gone. George passed away a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh.
oh yeah, and so last year we went without George, obviously, but the 3 of us went together, and so yeah, we're pretty familiar with Puerto Vallarta. That's why I'm saying. So anyway,
You can join me in San Diego, Larry.
Oh, right. We can go there. Well, my cousin Bonnie still lives in LA.
Mm-hmm.
So, we go to San Diego and then go up to LA and visit my cousin Bonnie.
It beats the winters.
Yeah, you're not kidding. Anyway.
Linda Russell's next. Sorry. Linda?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm Linda Russell Burgeon. We're in Potomac, Maryland. I guess we've probably been here 48 years now. We have 2 married kids. Our son and wife and a grandson, granddaughter are in Seattle, which is far away right now, but a great place to visit. And thank heavens for FaceTime, because, I don't know when we'll see them next. We have a daughter and a son-in-law and 2 girls, granddaughters, who are in Owings Mills, basically right outside Baltimore. So that's much more doable. My husband's a retired pediatrician. I'm still actually teaching, but not teaching in public school. I'm teaching Hebrew school. And right now I'm teaching 3rd and 4th grade Hebrew. And I just got off of a Zoom conference about how we're going to be doing our virtual teaching. I guess you really have to catch up with technology. They want a Bitmoji, they want a Gmail account. We're going to be using Google Docs. So I guess it keeps you young. I'm not sure. It's either that or overwhelmed. I haven't decided.
Linda, are you teaching in a day school or in a afternoon Hebrew school?
No, in a synagogue, and after school. But when we had everybody closed school immediately. So nobody knew it was happening. So, books and supplies and everything are still there. But we picked up from where we were, and we managed the last couple of months with a combination of emails and some Zoom meetings with the kids. But I was pretty impressed with what they tried to do, turning on a dime. Montgomery County, which is like 20 minutes outside Washington, D.C. So we have a lot. Normally, we have a lot going on, a lot of cultural things, theater, symphony, ballet, a lot of politics, and I've always been interested in politics, so there's a lot happening. A lot happening, with the election and people being active and trying to get out the vote. But right now, none of that is happening, right? There's no theater, there's no ballet, there's no symphony. Thank God for the screen porch I'm sitting on.
Well, Linda,
sitting at my summer house. What's in?
Linda, I was going to say, I've been watching a lot of theater on television. both from England. The Royal Shakespeare Company produced that. There's a lot of now, in fact, in Philadelphia.
Oh, yeah.
a lot of theater.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot, but my husband and I really love theater, so live theater, and we would go to New York 2 or 3 times a year, especially during the week once he retired. And, you know, and obviously we can't do it now, but we certainly are doing theater virtually.
Yeah.
And we love to travel. I mean, he retired and we went to Australia and New Zealand. We've been to Southeast Asia. We were in Croatia last summer, and the Adriatic, you know, and lots of other places. I mean, Israel, Britain, and, you know, and right now, none of that's possible. Even if it was possible, they don't want us. But
next up in the list is Steve Lenoble.
Living in Norberth, Pennsylvania, which is on the main line of Philly.
Ah,
Last,
my daughter lived in Bella Cynwyd.
it's right around the corner.
I know, right around the corner. My brother-in-law used to live in Norberth. Yeah. I know it well.
So tell us about what you were doing, Steve.
Last 35 years, like Larry Sherwood or David Sherwood.
Thank you, Steve. Really great to hear from you. You know, because we haven't talked at all in like 55 years or something.
That's about it.
Yeah, no, honest to God, I'm so lucky Lenoble. See, I didn't forget.
I didn't ever remember being called that, so that's okay.
George and I used to call you that all the time. Go ahead.
Okay, well, among other things, I want you to get on LinkedIn. I've got my email address. I need to talk to you about something. After this is over.
I don't know how you.
Now's a good time.
35 years of recruiting, specializing in doctors, PhDs who are doing research for pharmaceutical companies.
Yeah.
Wow.
Married, 4 children, 5 grandchildren, all doing well and healthy.
Good.
Let me just
wait, before you go, one other thing. I'm having a problem with remembering things. If you noticed, I haven't added anything to the conversation here. If anybody has recollections, other than Naomi, who knows me like a book, if anybody has any recollections, I'd really appreciate it if you could share them with me at some point in the future.
Sure.
Great. While we're doing this, I may as well, I asked by email last time, is there anybody here, and I don't know if you want to publicly say it or not, you can just send me a note. If there's anybody here that doesn't want their email shared, which is, because I've been using blind copies only because I didn't want to share it, it ties up the thing. Let me know after this that you don't want it shared, and if not, I'll send out an email with everybody's email. I have a little Excel sheet that's got it, and then people can also get in touch. So we should be doing this on a regular basis because we bring in new people and we get to see people that way.
Even how about if we add people's full names with the email and a phone number and where they live if they want? We could do it in the chat if it would make it easier for you.
Well, at the moment, I have an Excel sheet with the names, the same ones I'm putting on the bottom of the screen, and their email address. And in some cases, I know where they live. I didn't mark it down. I don't have to do Google Share Docs. If somebody wants me to, I'll send it.
Don't what?
I hate Google Docs.
Good. Okay.
I hate Google Docs too.
We'll start with the names and the email address.
Yeah.
Yeah. People can respond back. I'll send out the email to everybody and say, okay, respond back with the pieces that are missing on the Excel sheet. And
can I just,
to me and I'll fill it in.
Can I just add something before we're going? Since you brought up Stacy, Evie Wilson. Evie Wilson Zagnit. Evie married my father. After my mother died. Anyway, she is going to be 99 in January.
Yeah. Wow. There's such longevity in your family. It's amazing.
That's what we heard. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just wanted you to know she's really on top of her game. She's doing very well. She's confined in the condo because of the COVID, but she's doing very well, and she's got it all together.
Where's Evie living now? Is she still in
Ewing?
Ewing. Okay. And your sister was one of the best, if not the best, customer of Stacy. My parents loved it when she came
Well,
into town.
actually, when my mom died, my sister and I, Evie was the person who took care of them both. And
Oh.
of course, Evie was, well, anyway. So we eventually, 3 years after my mother died, I think we eventually convinced my father he ought to go in and talk to her, and he did. And then they ended up getting married.
They were a very, very cute couple. That's all I can tell
They
you.
were married, I remember, 35 years or something.
Yeah.
We have two more on the list, and then you'll just.
Where does your sister live, Bruce?
Well, actually, she lives in Boca now, but right, she's got a place. She was in Poughkeepsie for years, and right now she's up in Poughkeepsie because she goes up to see all of her grandchildren, her great grandchildren, and they're there for the summer. I don't know if I would assume she's going to go back to Florida in the fall, but I don't know. But right now she's up in Poughkeepsie. Most of the time she's in Boca.
You know, Nancy, you live in Bristol, Nancy?
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, just let's get the other two people in, and then we can open it up. Larry Meadows next, and then Sharon. Yeah, Larry.
I live in Columbia, Maryland. That's between Baltimore and Washington. I retired as a television news cameraman 10 years ago from the NBC affiliate in Baltimore. I am now, not to go into negative stuff, but suffering from the results of Agent Orange of my being in Vietnam, and have had a number of diseases and incidents. So I got the VA taking care of my medical problems and everything. So other than that, I haven't lived a very interesting life. I just hang around Columbia. I must say that I don't know if many people remember me because I only went to junior 3 for 3 years. And
That's all a lot of us went.
You mean with my classroom?
I remember you, Larry.
Okay.
I definitely remember you.
He's a good photographer.
I remember names, but I don't remember most people or any, unlike Steve, I don't remember a lot of things that happened in my youth. So, PTSD.
I remember you living on School Lane.
Yes.
And your sister was Marcia.
Yep.
Right.
Okay, Sharon, you're the last one on here. I see.
Okay. Well, I didn't get a car interview, but I'm living in Freehold, New Jersey. And so about an hour from Trenton, an hour from New York. Get into New York. Pardon me?
You see Springsteen?
I have actually. I have seen Bruce Springsteen at our local ice cream parlor. And then many years ago when my daughter was in high school, we followed him all around town. He was in a yellow Cadillac convertible. It was in the summertime and there were at least 8 people, 4 in the front, 4 in the back. It was this huge old, probably from the 50s. Yeah, so Bruce is around. And so I've seen him around Freehold once or twice, but I hear about him at a lot of places locally, and still for many years would still go to little places in Red Bank and watch performers there, and then just chime right in, and still pass the Stone Pony quite a bit if I'm in Asbury Park.
There's a new documentary on Asbury Park and
all
those venues that's out there. I'll try to remember to send you a link. Yeah, really good.
Okay, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I love Asbury. It finally started to come back because like Trenton, it went down in the 60s after the riots, and it took maybe until it was awful until maybe 15 or 20 years ago. And very creative people came into town, opened up lots of restaurants, and now they're trying to open up the residential areas and have a changeover from a very depraved area. But anyway, so Asbury is a great place. Freehold's a cute little town, 2 blocks long. a number of restaurants in Maintown you can eat outside. I've been here for a while. I'm divorced. I have 2 children and 4 grandchildren. My son and daughter-in-law and 3 grandchildren live in Seattle on Mercer Island. I know somebody mentioned they had somebody in Seattle.
Yeah, I have a son and daughter-in-law who live in Capitol Hill. So,
Oh, in Capitol Hill.
And yeah, and my oldest, my grandson is starting at JTS this fall.
Really?
They moved out of public school to private because they were really not happy with the virtual on Mercer Island.
Oh, well, it's on Mercer Island?
Yeah.
My kids live on Mercer Island. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and it's about
Yeah.
20 minutes from them downtown.
Okay. And I Seattle is a great place, and a great place to visit. And it's just a really terrific place to be. And
what did you do after high school, after college, I mean?
Oh, after college?
Yeah. We haven't seen you since then.
I got married 3 weeks after I graduated from college. Let's see, where did we go? Oh, we were in South Jersey because my ex-husband was in law school then. He was going to Rutgers Law School. And we lived there for 3 years. And after that, my ex was from Monmouth County. So when he graduated from law school, we came to Monmouth County. I lived near the shore for a few years until I had children, till we had our second, and then we moved to the west side of the county. We were on the east side near Ocean Township, near Deal, right in between Long Branch and Asbury, just 5 minutes west of the ocean. So I've been a Monmouth County resident really since 1970. Been here a long time and like it.
Didn't we all go down to Asbury Park? And Jersey, of course, it's always going down the shore.
Down the shore.
Unlike other places.
Right.
What? Isn't that where everyone went? Asbury Park?
Asbury Park or Bradley Beach.
Yeah.
Belmar. Do you remember Lock Harbor? I remember going to Lock Harbor in high school, and Belmar.
Belmar.
Belmar was yeah.
My mother.
We used to go to Deal every summer when, until I graduated high school, actually. The whole family would go, the grandparents and my mother.
Oh, where was that, Liz?
Deal.
Oh,
we used to go to Long Beach Island.
Yeah, LBI.
Do you know Long Beach Island?
LBI. Well, Liz, isn't Deal the big Jewish Syrian community?
Yeah.
Jewish Asbury Park.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, they're very wealthy. I think it's.
We weren't really in that crowd.
Yeah, they're very self-contained. Yeah.
And my daughter lives in London with her daughter. So that's my family. 4 grandchildren, 2 kids, and I have 2 really nice places to visit.
Sharon, we were supposed to get together after the reunion and that never happened. So that's one of the reasons I wanted the email addresses, because I wanted to get back to you.
You'll have them.
I have something I wanted to ask everyone. And Stephen, this might help you. Are you on LinkedIn all the time?
This is Lenovo.
Steve. Yeah.
Yes. There's 3 Steves here, so.
Oh, forgot about that. Is there anybody who's still, or how many people are still working
Not me.
Part time, but 1 day a month.
We'll do that.
Oh God, I'm working more now than I think I've ever worked in my life. Anyway, if anyone,
really, I'm cooking more now than I've ever cooked in my life.
Phyllis, I'm coming to your place.
Oh, really?
So I have a couple of things that I was thinking about since the last time, and I don't know how many people are up for traveling, and I hope that it will be up next year. But Werner and I go to Africa every summer, every June and July, and we lead trips there. We do a safari, and then I take care of the children in the schools and hospitals, and schools, hospitals, orphanages, and the whole thing. And I was thinking how, and then he leads climbs up Mount Kilimanjaro when I do the schools. And I was wondering how many people might like to have a reunion in Africa and go on a safari with us.
I would love the information. I've been to South Africa. Where do you go in Africa?
Werner was born in South Africa. We go to Tanzania. I'm going to be going to Africa a lot more as I do my international campaigning. So, but that's the place we go because I've been going every year since 2010, and I take care of about 3,000 kids there. And it's like hard. People ask to go to other countries, and I'm pretty settled on Tanzania because the children are like my family. So
I would love the information because it was one of my favorite trips of all time.
Me too, Sharon. I loved Africa.
I mean,
I went there twice.
Okay, so who wants to go? We could have a reunion there.
Okay, count me in.
Very far from the West Coast to get to Africa. It took us 2 days.
Well, we've been to Africa, and it was
well worth it.
We
totally worth it.
Right. Oh, totally worth every second.
Well, if you want to go again, and we actually when we're on safari, we sleep in the Serengeti, which is
terrific.
It's just awesome. It's so much fun.
In tents? Are you in tents or in cabins or?
Well, the tents that we're in are more like little houses. I mean, they're not rustic because I slept in tents when we've done Machu Picchu and places like that, and I'm just not a tent person.
Neither am I.
I want my air and electricity and a toilet.
Yeah.
Yes, those are really nice.
Yeah. So when we go, we don't rough it. When Werner does other mountains, he roughs it with his teams, but that's not me. So I don't want to go. I just want to go where there's beautiful things to look at.
Do you ever go to Botswana?
No.
That I think was my favorite trip of all the places we've been. Just fantastic.
I'd like to have the best safaris in Botswana.
Yeah, just wonderful.
Well, they all have different kinds of safaris. So they've been on my bucket list, and now I've gone 7 times. So it was supposed to be the 8th this summer, and then of course we didn't go.
I'm going to say goodbye because I have a bridge game in like 10 minutes. So it was good to see everybody.
Bye.
Take care.
Ruth,
Bye.
Ruth, before you leave, it looks like this time works best for most people, the afternoons rather than 11 in the morning, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we
It's
don't have
8:30's fine. 8:30's fine too. It's okay.
We don't have anybody from the West Coast, just Arizona, right?
Yes, but that's okay. 8:30's fine. Goodbye, everybody. It was good to see you.
Great.
Stephen, what are we going to do with the junior 3 photo? Are we
I
going
have to get back onto that. I need you and Liz, I think, were the 2. And we've got it. I've got all the pieces. I think I want to do it with you over the phone, and we'll do it. I've just been so busy with other things the last couple of weeks. But yes, it's now broken down into 5 pieces so we can actually see each person, and we're going to have a legend for it. And then when we do that, we'll still have some missing people, but we'll find out how we can do that. But yeah, that's my project to get done.
Is there any chance that we can get Nancy and Barbara to do a little bit of?
No.
Oh, I know what he's going to ask me. Don't you?
What?
Yeah, I know, but my voice is just as bad as it was then.
This is the guy who does it with me.
What were you gonna ask?
If you want a golf lesson, game. Otherwise,
You know, I was lucky to get Nancy to do that once. I don't think I'm going to get her to do it again.
but thank you.
I'm so glad it's a nice memory for you.
It sure is.
Does anyone remember the play in Junior 3?
Which one?
I guess it was our last year. I thought it was Rip Van Winkle.
No, we did Annie Get Your Gun. I remember.
Annie Get Your Gun.
Rip Van Winkle. I remember Rip Van Winkle because I was in it.
Yes.
That I don't remember at all.
Yeah, we were.
I was in
Larry was
Annie Get Your Gun. I had a speaking part. I ran on stage at the very beginning screaming, Indians, Indians.
I remember they put brown makeup all over us and my mother didn't want to take us out afterwards.
In closing, vote everyone, vote.
Yes.
Vote, vote, vote. Like your life depends on it, because
Not
it
to
does.
be political, but vote.
It does.
Vote early.
I'm not gonna tell you
Don't just
how, but.
Vote early.
I would
Vote
actually
early.
like
And
to tell
often.
you now, but I won't.
Did everyone request mail-in ballots?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Actually,
Very
all of
easy
New Jersey
to
is
trace
mail-
your ballot.
Do what?
It's very,
I think in New Jersey, we're getting them automatically.
Yeah.
Connecticut, we
Yeah,
all,
I read that
but I would go.
We're not
in
getting them.
Florida, you have to
automatically.
request them.
I
But it's
requested
very
one.
easy to track your ballot. Once you send it in, you can go
Right.
on, you can track and see if they've gotten it.
How do you track it, Doris?
You go
Go to
to
your election
Supervisor of
board.
Elections in
Yeah.
Florida. It really is very easy to do.
Right.
In
But
New
make sure
York,
you get a ballot. It's very
Yeah.
important.
And if you
well,
have
in
any
New
concerns,
York, you didn't. You have to have a reason. New York, you have to have a reason.
In
for
Florida, you
mail-in
don't.
ballot. But now the governor changed it to, so you're able to check off disability because of COVID.
yeah.
But we're not a mail-in ballot state. You have to have a
Well, a
reason
lot of them,
for it.
a lot of them aren't, but a
Not
lot
to
of
go
them
to
are.
the polls. Yeah.
Yeah, and
yeah.
mail-in ballot
Phyllis,
is safe.
just
There
tell
weren't- they
Governor
said there were
Cuomo that
3,000
you have to attend your junior high school reunion, that's all.
That's right.
They said there were 3,000 that weren't counted in New York. And the only reason they weren't counted is they were late or there was something else. There was nothing wrong with it. There's no rigging of anything of the ballots. It's really very.
I would think New York would make it easy to get a mail-in ballot.
I would think so.
Well, now it's making it easier. But a lot of places, you have to have a reason not to show up at the
Well,
poll.
not a lot, but some, not a lot, but some.
There are only 9.
At this age, we can say we're high risk because that's what I put on mine.
Absolutely,
Yeah, we are.
absolutely.
Yeah.
There
Tell them you're not going to be around.
Massachusetts is allowing all of its residents to request a mail-in ballot. And here in Somerville, they have drop boxes, you know, a lot of drop boxes. So I didn't even use the US Post Office to get my primary ballot in. I just dropped it in the drop box near City Hall.
In Florida, we have
But
early
every
voting.
state
so
is
we can
different. You have
go
to
to
check
early
your
voting.
state. You have to check your state as to what's available.
Yeah.
Some have drop-off
Right.
sites, some do not.
Yeah,
So
we
if you
had-
go
we
to your
used
board of
drop-off.
election. Go to your board of election for your state on their website, and you'll get all this information.
Yeah.
And if you can do early voting, do it as early as possible.
And if you get a mail-in ballot, I know in Florida, and you don't want to do the mail-in, but you want to actually go to the early voting, you bring your mail-in ballot with you and you hand it to them, and then you can go vote right in the spot in early voting.
That makes sense.
And that's that. And if anybody knows where their election bureau is, you're better off taking it and handing it in after it's then putting it in the mail, because then you're guaranteed that your
Yeah.
vote out if you actually take it there, if it's not too far from where you are.
I wanted to just ask Bruce while he's here, how's the contact tracing going? That's what you were doing last time.
It's going. I'm still doing it. I was doing it before I got on here.
Yeah.
It's busy. It's busy.
Wait, you're a contract tracer, Bruce?
Yeah.
Contact tracing.
I'm a
I'm
contact.
just,
Yeah.
I would be concerned because of my age. You
No,
don't
no,
have
it's all done via computer.
Oh,
I do it right here in my office.
oh, I see. Oh, okay. I thought you had to go out and knock on people's.
Now, there are some places where they go out in person. I know DC, they go out in person, but I wouldn't do that. So I've been doing it since March.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, just so you know, it's an interesting fact that I just found out. Brianna Weiss called me the other day. Her daughter is a close friend of Kamala Harris.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
So I thought that was kind of interesting.
It is.
Yeah. Go Kamala.
Yeah.
I just have a question to ask everyone. I don't know who watches the news. I watch the news, and I'm sorry, I'm going to just be blatant that Trump is like, we came up with some new names of him. I reached a low when I couldn't turn him off, and I threw something at the TV.
I couldn't, I love the Democratic convention. I could not watch it this week. I was getting sick to my stomach.
Oh, no,
I can't watch that.
I felt I had to. I feel you have to know your enemy.
No, but I know a lot of it.
That's why I watch. And I see that they're going law and order, and it's dangerous.
Phyllis, I agree to you. I watch it only because I have to keep reminding myself how outrageous it is. However, I looked at it with different eyes.
Look at Kenny.
For people that
Yeah.
I collect
support it,
memorabilia.
I tell you, it's
Wait, one at a time.
I collect memorabilia. This is from the National Convention with Obama.
You're a delegate, Kenny?
That's
No, I just collect memorabilia.
That's great. That's great.
Oh, and there's also a program that you can send postcards.
I'm doing that.
Oh, I'm doing it too.
What do you do? Doris, what do you do?
There's a site that you go to and they'll send you between 10 to 100, as many as you want. They give you addresses all over the country and you add a little note. You have to put the postage on, so that's a donation, and then you mail them out.
That's
You
fine.
have to encourage people to vote by mail.
So what do you have to sign up for that?
It's mostly in the swing states that they're focusing, because my list all came from Florida, from Jacksonville area that I started.
Yeah, I haven't gotten my group yet.
Yeah.
And my niece is doing it. She's got two 10-year-old girls, and she thought that would be a great activity for them. So they're going to be doing it.
You can make
But I
phone
think
calls
it's
as well.
very important to get that vote out, and I can't go. Not enough
By the
votes.
way, this group that I belong to, it's called Indivisible or something like that. Anyhow, they were phone banking, is next in efficacy to knocking on doors. But of course, you can't knock on doors now. I hate phone banking, so I was doing postcards. But now they say the postcards are stopping and they have phone banking. And just so you know, my sister hates phone banking. She says the new system they have is 100% better. So I'm giving that a try.
Well, and I would say, Phyllis, that one of the things I found with phone banking during COVID is it first of all, you're phone banking to Democrats. You're not phone banking to Republicans or even necessarily independents. It's to encourage the vote, the GOTV. Right. And I have found, compared to what I did with Obama or Hillary, that you get a high percentage of people who actually pick up the phone.
Well, sure, people
and you're not asking for money.
Right.
You start out by saying, "Hi, I'm Linda. I'm a volunteer with the Biden committee, election committee, and I just want to know, are you okay?"
Right. Right.
And people are like overwhelmed. The first person that I got said to me, I didn't even get the rest of it out. I was volunteering with the Biden campaign. And she said to me, "Get that man out of the White House."
Sonia.
That is the first time in 10 years I've had anybody be so positive.
Who's got the bird?
Who's the bird? Every while I get something from the idiot in the White House to mail back, and with a inventory of whatever. So I mail it back and write nasty things on it, but I don't put my name on it, so they can pay the postage.
There's also
the other night I was on a Zoom call for the Democratic caucus for Broward County, and Bowser was on it from Shanana.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's very active in the Democratic cause. He does a lot of things. So it was kind of neat to see him on it.
Yeah.
Doris, you've got to turn Florida. I mean,
Hey,
Florida
Naomi-
is everything.
Oh, we've got an idiot for a governor. What can I say?
That's
not only that, but we're surrounded by, I live in Florida too. I cannot believe the intensity of Trump supporters in Florida. No matter where you
Naomi,
go, it makes me think there's no Democrats here. I've never seen anything like
I think they're sort of afraid to because they'll pull this stuff down. But Naomi, your West Coast is worse than us. Broward County is Democratic. The only three Democratic states.
We put signs up on the lawn. They're
Yeah,
gone.
but the only Democratic parts of Florida are Miami, Broward, and Palm Beach.
Yeah.
Right.
And that, but the rest of the country, especially the not Leisure Village, the villages.
Oh,
Whoa,
it's
red,
Trump
red,
City.
red.
It's Trump City up there. It's unbelievable.
You know, that's where Sharon Goldberg lives.
But she may
She doesn't live there. She lives in the southern part somewhere. I don't know where it is, but the Villages is the northern part.
No, it's central, north central.
Central, but she lives.
Central.
She's somewhere. Doris, do you know where she is? She's somewhere in the southern part.
I'm not sure. She was on last time, and I think she wasn't too. She's around Palm Beach, I think.
Right, she's in that area. And the Villages is up around north of Orlando.
Okay, I'm gonna check with her because we were talking the last time she came up.
Who's calling?
My name is Emily. I work alongside Pico
Okay, somebody.
Let me just say goodbye, everybody. See you next time.
Bye. I'm gonna
Bye-bye.
also say goodbye.
Bye.
Oh, this is great.
Good night, you all.
See you next time. Thank you, Steve.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you, Phyllis.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.